Hello you guys, welcome back to Kendall's Voice. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe in order for me to continue to make more content for you guys. That way you guys can go on this journey with me and Kendall. Today I will be talking about something that I do get asked a lot, even if it's in relationships, friendships, family. I do get asked this question here and there, so I'm just going to touch on it in case anyone else is going through the same thing, or someone may want to ask someone else who has special needs the same question. So let's just dive into it. So today I will be talking about, let me get this, can difficulties and his delay, did it affect the other two kids that I have? For right now, I'm just going to speak in terms of the middle child, which is the second one, because the third one, he's only 2. And I'll touch on, well, I don't know if it's really much to say about the 2-year-old, but I'll just let you, as I go, we can just talk about it and we can just go from there. So the middle child, I felt like had the biggest impact because I was so used to doing things for Kendall because Kendall wasn't able to do it himself, or he was still in the process of learning. So like, he didn't have to tell me he was hungry. I automatically cooked breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I automatically gave him snacks. Automatically gave him something to drink. I automatically changed his diaper. Automatically put him in the tub. Automatically took him outside. So it was a lot of things that when Ken and Junior was growing up together, which Junior is the second child, them growing up together, it delayed Junior. At the time, I did not see it. I did not notice it until Junior turned 2. But I did not notice at the time the damage that I was doing, because I do think that I created a damage to Junior in regards to Ken, because I really wasn't aware. I was just so used to doing certain things on a certain schedule to make sure every need was met that I did it with Junior. And you know, kids being kids, they have to learn how to talk and ask for stuff and cry. Junior barely cried because I automatically did everything. Even if he wasn't able to finish his gesture of what he wanted, I thought I knew what he wanted, so I just went on ahead and did that. Just the same as Kendall, because I didn't want to treat them different, not understanding at the time that they are. So it was a learning experience, and I do feel like I handicapped Junior to the point to where his speech was delayed. So I ended up taking Junior to the hospital to be seen by his primary care physician when he was 2, because he'll say little stuff, but not, his vocabulary wasn't where a 2-year-old is supposed to be. Like my 2-year-old right now, the youngest one, he's able to repeat things. He's able to remember certain stuff. He knows his colors. He's been able to count. He knows their names, so he's able to point out certain people's names, remember their names. Junior wasn't on that same level. So I took him to the doctor and she did his test. Now, let me say this, mentally, Junior's fine. He knows how to do everyday activity. He remembers a lot. It's just his speech. It's just the speech part. So following directions, somebody tell him to do something else, he's able to do it, know it. He's where he's supposed to be mentally, but speech-wise, he's delayed. So he's in speech in school. He speaks really well. He's been in speech since he was 3, because when I took him when he was 2, she did the test that they do on 2 years old, and she stated that he was fine. Just give him a little bit more time. He wasn't in daycare at the time, and he didn't attend daycare. So she was like, just put him in daycare. When he get around other little kids, he's going to start talking, because everything else looks fine and things like that. So I was like, oh, okay. But I felt like something was wrong. So I took him back, I think like 6 months later, and I had the same concern. And at that time, he was in daycare. So she did the same test, and she stated that he's progressing, which he was. But I still felt like he needed to be in speech, but she didn't qualify him for speech therapy. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna give him till he's 3. So when he ended up turning 3, he's been in speech since. And it's the same doctor, and she's a good doctor. I don't know. But he's been in speech since, and he has did a 180. Like he's able to, he's doing really well in school. He's able to read. He knows everything that he's supposed to know. His speech, he just stutters a little bit, but that's it. But I do feel like me babyfying Ken, and I say babyfying because in another video I would tell you guys a story to where moms who does have special needs kids, we tend to babyfy them because we think we just know what they've been through and how they was and the things that they did overcome, that we tend to babyfy certain situations that will hinder them from growing and hinder them from learning. But I will touch on that story a little later to let you guys know exactly why I'm saying what I'm saying right now. And but yes, I do feel like, you know, me having my first child being special needs, I do feel like I hindered my second one. But I learned from it, and I used the tools that I didn't use the first time around on the second one. I mean, on the third one, I'm sorry, on the third one, the youngest one. So he's where he's supposed to be learning wise, speech wise, and developmentally wise. So it's all a learning experience. And for those who has a special needs child that's their first child, just be aware of what I'm speaking on today for the second and third one, because sometimes we just get so far behind on what's not wrong that we tend to not pay attention to what could possibly be wrong that we're doing to just make them not want to learn or grow. Because if you're not teaching the child, or the child's not able to do, like get a chair and put it to the cabinet and get on that chair and go get a banana, the third child does that. The second child I didn't allow to do because I automatically gave him what I thought he wanted, because that was just our routine of things. Because once I did for one, I did for the other. And then Kendall was not talking, so he really didn't have anyone to talk to due to the fact that he wasn't in daycare. We was in Texas. Well, I'm still in Texas, but we had moved to Texas, so we don't have family here to where he was able to be around other kids his age and talk to and grow with. So just parents, just be aware of that. Be cautious when it comes to just be careful when it comes to making sure that they are okay all the time, that it stops their growth, whether they have special needs or not, just from a learning experience for myself. But the third one is doing good. Like, I let him do whatever he wants to do. He follows Junior around, so he does everything that he do, or he try to repeat certain things that he's saying. And it's progress, and I'm glad that I was able to learn from Junior and Ken's situation in order to, you know, make it effective for the third one, in order for me to tell this story for someone who may be going through the same thing, or may be babyfying a situation, hindering the other one. So everything happens for a reason. So I think, and maybe it's meant for me to help someone else. Maybe it was meant for me to go through that to help someone, so that child wouldn't be in the same, what it's called. Sorry, guys, in the same situation that Junior was in. So yeah, just so that answered you guys' question. If you have any more questions that you want to ask me, or if it's any more questions that I think that I have heard a lot, then I will go ahead and answer those questions for you guys. And sorry, I'm kind of feeling kind of sick, so I may be talking a little more raspy than usual. And then if you heard any noise in the background, that's actually Kendall. And you guys will actually meet him on a video. I will bring him on just so you guys can see like his physical features, the sounds and noise that he makes, the words that he can or cannot say, how he interacts with his brother and sisters. I mean, oh my goodness, I'm speaking of another child into existence. He doesn't have any sisters to his brothers, and how he plays outside and things like that. I will go ahead and make a video of that, so you guys will be actually seeing Kendall soon. I just want to make sure I get all of the information out there, and all of his stories and the things that we have went through, overcame, and may still have to go through to see a better side of the view. But it's life. That's just what it is. But thank you guys for joining in. Please, you guys, make sure you like, share the video. Get it out there with your friends, your family, your grandma, your great-grandmother, if you have one. But get the story out there. So please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time.